Oh man. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a different stream, or at least a bit of a different start to the stream than normal. I after I got off yesterday, hold on, my whole fucking cord is messed up. Let me close the door. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So after getting off yesterday, I went to take a nap, and that nap just turned into like a 15-hour sleep. It was insane. So this came out an hour ago. Before we start playing some Black Flag, AC Shadows of Getting Desperate by Asmongold. So he's been covering a bunch of the Assassin's Creed stuff, and I've been like kind of watching it on my own time. But I haven't seen this yet, and I figured this is an Assassin's Creed stream, at least until we get done with the series. So let's see what this video is about.
Ubisoft needs a win. 2024 was not a good year for them financially. It was
If you look at their chart, the red line is going down.
True. I was surprised to know, and I don't know how many people know this, but when did Odyssey come out? 20. Oh wow, it's been that long already. So what? Since Odyssey, it's been Valhalla and Mirage. So yeah, neither of those were very successful. But Odyssey was the second most successful game in the series. So you would think that they would still have some money left over if Shadows made them. I mean, if Odyssey made them that much money. But it depends on how much they spent on Valhalla, because Valhalla did look expensive.
popular design practices. When all those chickens finally came home roost, it was the year that everyone finally decided to collectively turn on.
Well, you just look at the
What video is he reacting to? By Gamerangs? Okay. Desperately want to see back. Okay. So we're... I didn't know this was a reaction, but I guess we're reacting to... Asmongold react to a video, which is kind of funny.
look at this. What year did this come out? It might surprise you, but this actually came out in 2010.
Year that everyone finally decided to collectively turn on the company, and honestly, justifiably so.
Oh, wait,
Fans
6
have been
months ago.
complaining about the state of Ubisoft's
Yeah.
formula for years.
Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path?
But for whatever reason, we're now at the point where those complaints finally manifested into mainstream dissonance. Ubisoft
Yep.
games just aren't selling like they used to, which is a big problem for an outfit as big as Ubisoft is. They need to sell big numbers to keep
Mhm.
Probably gonna buy Ubisoft. I've been saving up $3, so probably by next year I'll be able to afford it.
I mean, in all likelihood, we will probably see Ubisoft get absorbed by some bigger game company. I imagine we might even see the same studio that has acquired, or I wouldn't say acquired, but whoever's doing the Star Wars games now, like the main studio doing it, because they're not doing LucasArts anymore. I could see. I just think Ubisoft's teams or the assets. I would love to see the IPs get taken by someone else, like the people that make Dishonored or the people that make like Metal Gear Solid. Taking an approach at a modern Assassin's Creed game would go so fucking hard.
national change.
As long as they don't do a reboot. Don't do a reboot of the entire series. Just keep it going.
It's one financial disappointment after another. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Skull and Bones, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws, they all underperformed
They were.
Ubisoft. And it's not
Massive
necessarily that those are bad games.
Well, what sucks is that they were underperformers mainly because of the ridiculous inflated budget. Like, what was the budget for Star Wars Outlaws? Because that's a big one, right? Gee, $300 million. So, at $60 a copy, how many copies do you need to sell to make $300 million? So 300 million is what, 0.00000 divided by $60. I don't know if this is the right math. Yeah, do you have to sell 5 million copies to make, let's see, 60 times 5 million. That's 300 million. How many copies did out Oh no. Oh, that's horrible then. That's horrible numbers. You need to sell 5 million copies. We've sold 1 million? Oh. So what is that out of a $3 million budget? By now, the game is likely so. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, it's 60 mil. Well, yeah, I could have done that math. I'm dumb. Okay, I'm just. Yeah, I mean, it's these inflated budgets though. 'Cause selling a million copies could be a popular game if you didn't spend $300 million on it, and I just don't. I just don't know if games are required to spend $300 million on them to make them good. I understand like games have gotten more cinematic and more larger scale, I guess, but that could be part of the problem. Is that when you have a front load, when you have to invest so much money to even get the game off the ground, like it has to be this standard or this high, like it kind of doesn't allow you to do small scale ideas. Because like what publisher is going to spend $500 million on like a game where what's something small scale from old games that we like really liked? Oh, I mean, AC2. What publisher is going to spend $500 million on a game where the whole premise is just you're getting revenge for your family's murder and you do some parkour? Like that's why the new Assassin's Creed games have to be so crazy, and I would even argue that might be part of the point that they make it so controversial. Because I haven't heard anything about Shadows' gameplay or its its setting. I had to look up if it was in the right era because there's references to a certain era of Japan in the Assassin's Creed lore. I had to look up if that matched and it didn't. I think the gameplay might be leveling based, but like I haven't seen anything like that. And maybe it's because I haven't really been looking, but everything I've heard about Shadows has been the controversy. That's funny. Controversy, which may be kind of the point.
The Avatar game is surprisingly good. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown as well. I mean, it was kind of unfair to expect what they expected there, but it's a great game. The less said about Skull and Bones and Star Wars Outlaws, the better right now.
These are the games because the other two games were like much smaller in scope and they cost less money. So it's like Prince of Persia probably cost like less than I'd say $20-30 million to make realistically, given the scope of it. So
Well, let's do some live fact checking. I mean, and obviously this isn't like the proven point. I'm just wondering, Prince of Persia game budget. Oh wait, no, it's the movie. It's the movie. 15 million. Yeah. I mean, it is lower than you thought.
matter a whole lot. But whenever you put $100 million into something,
300 million.
that matters a lot more. Avatar was
Yeah.
amazing. I would only want to play Avatar if I could play as the humans and just go shoot all of the Avatar humans. I want to be the bad guy.
You'll have to excuse my ads. I don't have premium or ad block or anything.
Yeah.
I've tried to get ad blocker to work, but like YouTube has kind of
There's been so
gotten around it.
actually considering a buyout, selling the entire studio to
They
whoever
did, and this is the only time in the last year that their stock went up.
is willing to pay. A recent deal with Tencent fell through.
No.
Control the company.
Hold on.
Smart, bro. Tencent, I'm telling you guys, like these guys over in China, they know what they're doing. They say, why would I? So you want us to buy your ship and not change the captain? But the captain's the one who keeps tipping your ship over. Why does
Yeah, but I want to be honest. If it and this isn't talking about a Ubisoft thing. This isn't talking about a success thing. Tencent is the last fucking company I would ever want to buy Ubisoft. Not that. I mean, there's not much better, right? Like the game's already owned by Ubisoft, so it's already fucked. But like, for me, there wouldn't be a tangible difference. I mean, what would happen to all my IPs that I like from Ubisoft, which is mainly just Assassin's Creed, would just happen. Tencent would just do what they did to League. It would just be a high. It is already, but it'd be highly monetized and probably like season pass type content. Like, you know, if you would have a complete game, you break it into three thirds, and one of them is the base game. The other two are the DLCs, like shit like that. Just really predatory shit.
When you're owned by somebody, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So honestly,
Well, yeah. Also, yeah, that the idea that you can sell the company, but we get to maintain control. So what? You just give us money? Like,
with some of the games. He was glued to Skull and Bones, and all the games I mentioned are decent.
I know nothing about either of these two games. I know they haven't done well. I watched EFAP cover Star Wars Outlaws, and they were very negative. But I don't even remember what their criticisms were. Just, I mean, I'm sure we'll get covered, but the games just weren't very good from what I gathered, and they didn't do very well.
Star Wars Outlaws, and well, they're actually very good games. Some of the best the studio's put out in years. They're finally starting to evolve their
Well,
formula.
the problem doesn't matter because this game was massively overpriced. So it's like you can win like taking a game to market, you have like multiple factors, right? It's like timing, the game quality, the price of the game, the distribution of the game. All of these things matter. And the fact is that this game was sold at such a high price range with early access that it alienated a large audience of people that I think if for $20 or $30 could have truly appreciated it as a faithful recreation of Prince of Persia in some cases, and if nothing else, just a relatively pretty good Metroidvania game. But they decided not to do that.
Well, I think you bring up a good point where games can become cult classics after years because discounts or people get their hands on the media for free and people are able to appreciate the game. But at the time of release, paying $60 to $70 for a game that may be either very short or just not have enough gameplay, or just maybe is a recreation of an existing game and that's it. And so people kind of know the full game and you're just kind of revitalizing it. Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to be willing to pay 60 or 70. And there could be an argument made for if you sell double the copies at half the price, you make the same amount of money. So, you know, if you lower the price from 60 to 30, and that means that triple the amount of people buy it, you made more money. So, there's this idea.
But it's kind of too little too late. So with all that said, there's a pretty big question mark on top of the new game about the oath that murderers take. Hi folks, it's Falcon.
Oh man, I really like. I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed because hearing the OG AC theme revamped in the traditional Japanese musical. I think that's a string, and that might be a harp and something else. And I'm hearing a mandolin maybe.
Today on Game King about the oath that murderers.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Hi folks, it's Falcon.
That sounds awesome.
Today on Game Ranks, we're going to talk about how much is riding on Assassin's Creed Shadows. A lot. I mean, this game needs to be a success.
If this game doesn't sell 5 million copies, studio's done. I think even if the game...
Hey, look, it's Edward. That's the guy we're playing right now. Depending on the budget, yeah. I don't think it has to... it needs to do better than 1 million copies, for sure.
Game doesn't sell 10 million copies in its lifespan, it's almost like the studio's done. I think that they're too it will not. I do not think that it will. I think it's 4 to 6 million is my projection with the new game.
Assassin's Creed is their premier franchise, and well, Valhalla may have been responsible for a lot of fans giving up on Ubisoft in the first place.
Yeah.
It was without a doubt a massive hit. It sold over 20 million copies and earned over $1 billion. That's a B in revenue.
That's a lot.
That game.
That's so disheartening to hear. To hear that this game made $1 billion. They'll never learn. They're never gonna take it back to what it was if we're buying this, guys. And the problem is, if we don't buy Shadows now, Ubisoft's going to go under. But maybe that's what needs to happen. Like, it's so frustrating to hear. $1 billion. And I'm, like, hoping they don't keep doing this formula. But,
Success has been a double-edged sword. It made a lot of money, but, I mean, for I guess, lack of a better way of putting it, it also just bludgeons you with sort of endless content. I'm using the word very deliberately here to convey what people think of the word content. I can see why, for a lot of people in Up Was Enough. It was a game where people were finally getting fed up with the Ubi.
People are just tired of clicking on a collectible and it says 1 of 465. I think people are tired of that.
Okay. We've been playing through a lot of Assassin's Creed games. I have not been spam collecting everything. And this is the thing. I just don't think this is a very good point because there's nothing in the game that requires you to get all the feathers for Petruchio or your mother. I think her name is Maria, but I could be wrong. There's nothing that requires you other than like a cutscene where your mom talks again. But you see the feather, you fuck it. I'll collect the feather while I'm climbing. Whatever. Black Flag 4. Am I ever going to get all the Animus fragments? Fucking no. But I'm climbing, I run along, I collect it. Now, here's a really good one that I'll just disagree with you on. Shanties in Black Flag have an actual meaningful difference. You don't have to catch them. There's not anything required, but you get them, and now you get to hear different songs. Songs that might be native to the town you got them in. So, if Havana, for example, is in Cuba, it's in more of a Jamaican, more kind of like that dialect, you might get those more, those kind of sounding shanties versus you go way to the east side over on, I'm trying to think of like another location where they do like the more like, you know, drunken sailor kind of shit. But yeah, I don't think collectibles are the problem. Collectibles have been in basically, and I'm just talking as an Assassin's Creed person, collectibles have never been like the problem in Assassin's Creed that we like hated. Like I fucking hate going out and collecting a resource and using that to upgrade my equipment, and I can, you know, prioritize certain equipment or resources. I don't think anyone really had a problem with that. I mean, in AC2, it was very basic. Like, you just get gold, essentially, and that gold gets your equipment. And then as the game went on, they were like, oh, yeah, what about the idea that you can buy this equipment? This is why I like Black Flag 4. You can do zero hunting and fully upgrade your equipment. You just have to spend more money. That's it. So you don't have to go out and hunt the crocodiles or the iguanas or the humpback whales. But if you do, you don't have to spend the gold on the skin to make the upgrades. So now you essentially get your upgrades for free, quote unquote, or, you know, nothing but your time and effort. Whereas if you don't want to do that, you don't want to go out your way and hunt those animals, you can just go sink some ships, get some money, grind it up, and then buy it yourself. You know, nothing is like forcing you to do that. I mean, and for proof, look at how much I actually engaged with the hunting and fishing mechanic in Black Flag so far. Like, I'm going to go back to Black Flag and do some other stuff because I'm done with the story, but I'm kind of not done with the game. But, yeah, I basically did, like, zero hunting. I think I did, like, 3 or 4 harpoon missions, like, 1 diving bell mission that wasn't in the story. You know, if I don't want to engage with the content, and this isn't defending Valhalla here. I haven't played it, so I don't know. But, you know, just for the concept of collectibles, if I don't want to engage in a collectible, I won't. And if I do, then there's a shit ton of stuff for me to do. Like, if I want the pistol swords, then I have to complete all the assassin contracts. That's essentially a collectathon. I have to go to each area, do like 6 or 7 fucking contracts in that one area, go to the next area, do it again. I have to clear every fort in every area to get those assassin contracts. I have to get the legendary ships. Like, there's probably 50 to 60 to 100 more hours of Black Flag to be played, even though I've already finished the story. And I'm doing Black Flag, I'm going to do Black Flag, and I'm going to do Aveline missions, and then I probably will, just for fun, maybe in my own off time, like not on stream anymore because I've done the story. I probably will just go back through and kind of max out the character on Black Flag, because that's, you know, it's not something that I want to necessarily stream me doing for like endless hours. Is me just like grinding something, because I'm more often than not when I do that, I'm just gonna actually be watching YouTube and just fucking grinding some stuff out. But in terms of what I'm doing on stream, I want to kind of just do the narrative. So we're gonna do Freedom Cry, we're gonna do Aveline and stuff. But yeah, if I wanted to engage with a collectible mechanic, I just will, and if I don't, then I won't. I generally I don't think seeing 1 out of 465 is necessarily a bad thing. It also depends on how frequent. You know, if by the time I finish the first area and really not even going out of my way, just like actually spamming A, let's say, as I'm running around and just picking up shit, I leave the area with fucking 100 out of 465. It's no longer that bad, is it? Unless you just don't like the idea about spamming it, and then the argument would be cut it down to 1/4 of that. Just collect 165 that you actually have to look for. But yeah, I don't know. I just like I don't think that's the problem. I guess I'll say.
It's OCD bait for mental illness players.
Ubisoft formula, like
Okay, I didn't hear the last part. I know. I don't know. I mean, I guess I see your argument where it's like for the OCD people that really want to max out the game, they are going to spend that time to do it, and that's going to increase their game hours. But this is the thing, like, because you're saying that like it's like a predatory tactic, but are they making any more money by you playing the game longer? You know what I mean? Like, you've bought the game already. It's not like a multiplayer game where you're running lobbies and the consistency of people logging into the server and getting like microtransactions and skins is going to like they're just if I don't know I just don't see this point. I don't see how this is a predatory tactic. They've already bought the game.
the funny thing, I don't think Valhalla is bad at all. I think
I
it's
never
a good
played it.
game.
I
It's
watched
just
Shroud
really
play it,
long.
that's it.
It's really bloated, and it's ultimately pretty formulaic. It wears out its welcome, I guess is the way to put it.
Oh, boy.
To really enjoy Valhalla, you have to play it until you're sick of it, and then put it down for like a week, and then play it until you're sick of it, and then put it down for like a week. And you're
Jesus.
gonna do that at least twice.
The fuck?
You're gonna put it down for a week at least twice while playing it to really enjoy the game.
Damn.
Which is not good.
That's weird.
The game was an endurance test. It did not do enough to advance Assassin's Creed as a series. Shadows, Assassin's
I mean, we haven't seen that so far. We haven't seen a single game where I have been like, I gotta stop playing. But as everyone would point out, like I'm at the peak, right? I'm in Black Flag, so that'll be interesting to hear. I mean, when I played Odyssey from beginning to end all the way through, and it'll probably be harder for me to do this time because I haven't experienced it. I mean, I hadn't experienced it the first time. And now I'll kind of understand the slog, or I'll know how long the tunnel is, essentially. But, yeah, even when I played Odyssey, there was never like, I'm just not going to play this game for a week. You know, I pretty much, when it comes to a narrative that I'm into, which Assassin's Creed as an IP, I've been into the narrative for a long time. I want to see it through, even if it's a long, grueling movie. I'm here for the long haul.
Creed Shadows, the new one, is
Yeah.
supposed to be that evolution. The game where Ubisoft finally innovates their stale gameplay systems and updates all the tired cliches. I don't know if it's actually going to or not, but from all the previews going
Well,
around,
I mean, like, this is Assassin's Creed, and part of the Assassin's Creed game is a house building simulator where you can pick the color of dog that you want in your house.
Sorry, I won't.
Body wash that locks in 4 times the more.
I want to see if he's talking about as a series as a whole, or he's talking about this game.
This is very problematic. Huh? Huh? Huh?
What?
Very This is house building. And, like, this is Assassin's...
don't know if it's actually going to.
Wait, I need to hear that
From all the
point
previews
again.
going
Well,
around,
I mean, like, this is Assassin's Creed, and part of the Assassin's Creed game is a house building simulator where you can pick the color of dog that you want in your house. This is very problematic.
Okay, I'm confused. In AC2, you have an entire villa and city that you get to upgrade, and it's very minimal. It's literally just spend gold to increase gold output. I would argue the villa would have been better if I could have done like a city building simulator if I wanted to engage in that. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood has a tower defense section, and there's only one mission that it's mandatory, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it again ever. But it's actually kind of fun. I actually kind of like it. But like, yeah, in AC2 you have villa management. What are you talking about? AC2 is like the best-selling game of all time. Or not, Jesus, not the best-selling. Isn't it the best? Hold on, we can find this out. I'm pretty sure AC2 is the best-selling Assassin's Creed game. But what is the most successful? Oh, what? 3. Wow, shocking. Huh. 3, you have an entire homestead you manage. Fine, I'll just go to 3. In 3, you manage a homestead, which I didn't engage with at all because I didn't want to. And look at that. Like, what?
And all the pre-release information, it does seem like Ubisoft really wants us to think of this game
In Black Flag, you have an entire hideout you manage. This isn't new.
as a new beginning for the series. It's not just that Assassin's Creed Shadows desperately wants us back either. It needs us back. The future of the entire company is right.
You need to have a cool main character. And Yasuke, there's no real personality behind the character.
Pretty sure it's Yasuke.
It's like...
Also, I just don't know if it's fair to say there's no real personality behind the character when we haven't seen the character yet. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Yasuke as a main character because this is something that was brought up as a pretty good point. It's the first time we're playing an actual existing historical character. Every other character has been like inserted / removed from history would be like the logic because the Templars exist in our world and they're editing our history live kind of thing. So that's why Altair, we can't find him in history books, or Ezio, or Connor, or all these people that have done important things because Abstergo has cleansed their existence out of the world. Now we're actually playing in a real historical figure, Yasuke, who hasn't, like, I feel like we've lost the plot a little bit. But that's, like, that's an interesting nitpick or like a detail I didn't notice where that you've never played a actual existing historical figure until Shadows.
If you look at Ezio, like the old Assassin's Creed character, if you ask every 15-year-old guy, does this dude look cool? Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, he's so cool, right? But, and it's like, because there's a degree of kind of, what's the word for it? Like, there's gravitas to it. And just like the...
I don't know, man. If I see someone, it depends on what shot you're showing me. If it's a close-up shot of just Ezio's face under the hood, I might go, yeah, he's cool. And if it's a close-up shot of Yasuke underneath the samurai, I might, helmet, might go, yeah, that's cool. If I see a far-away, distant shot of Yasuke in his samurai armor standing on top of a fucking, like, samurai, fucking Japanese house, or I don't know what they're called, probably gonna think that's pretty dope. Same thing with Ezio. Like, I don't know, this is a weird point. Like Yasuke doesn't look cool.
His expression on his face, the way he's dressed, everything about it, it indicates a certain type of personality and a vibe to it, right? And with Yasuke, I feel like they haven't really done that hardly at all. And I think the reason why is that I think if they give the character too much of a personality, it could seem like it's antithetical to him being a Japanese person. And if they don't give him enough, then it's like a boring character. So they're in like this really weird spot. Yusuke no aura. Yeah, he just doesn't have aura. Exactly.
It seems, is the game out? Am I having a stroke?
Characters like...
I feel like people are so definitive of, sorry, what the fuck? Is the game out? Okay.
Like, Senator Armstrong, fucking, like, Heisme and Metaphor, like Luis in Metaphor, right? Like, that's aura. Like, this isn't aura. This is, like, whatever the opposite of aura is.
Anti-aura.
Yoshimitsu, yeah. Yeah, Henry, and fucking, what's his name? The guy with him. Hans. Yeah, Clive has aura. Duke Nukem has aura. Yeah.
on this game. It has to make a splash or else. And there's a certain desperation around the release of this game that you usually do not see from
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
I don't know, I don't mean to pull this card, but like, Asmongold, I feel like if you gave a fuck, you could be playing the old Assassin's Creed games before Shadows comes out and kind of showing the difference. But you don't even remember how to pronounce their names. Just whatever. I'm kind of whatever.
Pushed back to March 20th
Three
in order
times.
to release the game with no competition. They're offering DLC with pre-orders. They're finally releasing day one on Steam again. The old
That's a roach play. That's a roach.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand the anti-Aura stuff, but whatever. I mean, it's likely they've seen more content about it than I have, and so they've come to a conclusion already. I haven't seen anything with Yasuke because the game hasn't come out yet. So
Right, they're roaching. You can tell right there. The fact that they have their own system and they're still going back to Steam. Yep.
Ubisoft would never do. They knew they had your money where they were 100% confident in their success. So they released their games whenever they wanted, wherever they wanted. Expensive DLC passes be damned. In this new punished Ubisoft era, they're actually doing things people like. And while it's clearly all from a place of desperation, I mean, it's nice to see somebody learning the lesson. There's 100 different things I could point to right now of people who just refuse to learn the lesson. Just do what people want you to do and it'll work. So I just
do what people want you to. But there's like a million different people that are talking in their ears, telling them, "I want this, I want this, I want this." So like the idea of like, I generally don't like this shit where it's like just do what people want you to do, because like, okay, make a Twitter account and make everyone happy. You know what I mean? Like, just you don't even have to sell a property. I want you to just make an X account where everyone on X likes you. There's not a single person that dislikes you. And whenever anyone on X gives you advice on what to do next, you need to do that immediately. And this is just like free things like liking you or retweeting you. This isn't spending money on your product.
Do the thing and make the game good. That's the crazy thing with Marvel Rivals. They just did the thing and they made the game good. Stop putting things like, I think that also like a lot of players are becoming fatigued with live service retention mechanisms.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think I think players nowadays are especially getting more aware of the fact of like aware of when they're getting farmed. That's I guess is the good way to put it. Like people are starting to figure out, oh, I'm just getting milked. I'm just getting farmed. They want me to be on this live service and share with other people, so it kind of like gets into public consciousness. Like that's what they were trying to do with Black Flag, and that never really took off. This idea of like, oh, you're playing online with your friends and you do online events together, and they even had like lines in the game that were like promoting that like that thing, the whole, oh man, you had this white whale thing. Where was that? You sent me the coordinates. Yeah, so. Yeah, I think people are getting more aware of when they're getting farmed, and they're turning off to that. Just a game that's, and it's funny you bring up Marvel Rivals because this is a game where, yeah, the game is good, and then you look at this like the monetization where they are really making their money, and yeah, like to buy a skin it costs you like $20, so. They are doing the thing and making the game good, and they're making money from it, but they're making money in the same predatory tactics we've seen since fucking Horse Armor.
Things like daily quests, things like login counters, stuff like that. I think that that's beginning to fatigue a lot of players. Marvel Rivals devs got fired. Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I really feel bad for them, and I think that sucks on a personal level. Like,
I'm pretty sure that was just the San Francisco team, and I mean Marvel Rivals has login and daily and weekly quests and battle pass, and
I don't give a fuck how they run their company. That's not my problem. I just play the game. Like, I mean, Samsung wants to use child laborers to make a new fucking phone. That sounds great. How much is it? Oh, it's only $1,000. Great. Wow. Thank God for cobalt miners. I mean, that's not my problem.
I'm not here to talk about any morality. His Asmongold's politics have frequently been just like what, and this isn't like meant to be an insult or a knock against him. I believe I am actually paraphrasing his politics correctly, which is just he is solely self-interested. Whatever improves my personal life, and I think this is something he would advocate for everyone. Your politics should be whatever improves your personal life the most. And I could be wrong, but everything I've seen about Asmongold and like what he's projected has just been like, I don't give a fuck if it doesn't affect me. If it improves my life, then yeah, great. Which it's you can have your politics.
I mean,
Let's be real.
to some extent, we do have to look at this as
Who
an
cares?
aberrant situation.
Nobody cares.
Desperation or no, I don't really care why. They're doing what we want them to do, at least. So let's at least...
I mean, some people care, but yeah, I mean, I think the majority of people aren't like. It depends on how much is publicized, really, because that's the thing. If it's on their mind, some people will have a moral compunction about it, but at the end of the day, if it's not something they've been actively told about and they're not the type of person to research it, then yeah, like I guarantee you, in my room I'm surrounded by shit has been made by slave or labor that's been basically made pennies on the dollar. Someone getting paid pennies a week or something for like the mouse or the keyboard or the microphone I'm using.
Hear them out.
At least you're
One
honest.
thing,
Yeah, I'm. Everybody feels the way that I do, but some people like to pretend that they don't in order to, make themselves sound good. But I think that their actions are what matter, not words.
they're trying to do is show they're pretty serious about PC support. On top of just straight up releasing the game on Steam day one, they recently put out a trailer specifically to show off all the
Uncapped
PC
frame
support
rate?
features, including the stuff you'd expect, like access to all the AI upscaling tools and ray tracing features. But they also mentioned stuff like built-in benchmarking tools and a wide
This
range
does
of
look
support
good,
for
by the
low
way.
and medium end systems.
Game looks good.
Meaning optimization, perhaps.
Low. I mean, does this really look that much different?
Yeah, I'll say like low still looks really good.
I mean, I guess a little bit.
I don't know. We'll see.
Like, am
but
I crazy for thinking that?
I mean, yeah, that's
Maybe this
that's
is
good to
a
hear.
really hot take, but I think this is the beginning of the exponential growth curve of graphic quality leveling off.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because you really look at from like low to ultra, and it's really dependent on how much more specs you've got to use. But yeah, I'd agree. I'm not seeing a major difference. We're gonna get to the point where low graphics are still fucking incredible.
I think we've hit the 80-20 rule right here. Probably 90-10. They could make games that look like this for the next 10 years, and as long as they play well, people aren't going to complain. Graphics have hit a threshold to where they are basically good enough.
perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. But another highly requested feature
Fabric
that's finally
details,
in
bro?
Shadows
Yeah,
is
nobody
an
cares.
immersive mode.
Nobody cares.
Characters actually speak their native language.
That happened in AC3 with the Mohawk tribes. Also happened in AC2 and AC1 where they frequently spoke Arabic or Italian.
It's just an option. Default still
She looks way
English.
hotter.
Oh, just to have the setting on permanently. Oh no, that's cool.
That's cinematic.
Local languages, but it's a welcome feature. I'll probably play it in English if I'm completely honest.
Sam
At
Boogie's
least
about
the
to bow
first time.
down.
Assuming there's a second time, I'll probably go through with immersive mode. But for AC fans, Shadows sounds on paper like the game we've all been waiting for. A game set in Japan with more complex stealth systems
Yeah,
and more
sure.
visceral combat. It promises an immersive open world with things like changing seasons.
I just can't think of a single action combat game that's come out in the last 2 years that's as bad as this. Like, basically every single action combat game that comes out is better than this. I mean, I would say that... I mean, maybe this is better a little bit than Veilguard.
You haven't even... It hasn't even come out yet.
Going to focus on actual investigation, where you don't just find your target simply by following a series of linear quests, but actually searching the world
Yeah,
and
sure.
discovering things naturally. On paper, sounds like the dream Assassin's Creed game, right? But what matters is the implementation.
Yeah, how
We've
the game
seen
plays.
Ghost of Tsushima already.
This is what I need to
In
play.
a lot of ways, I am describing Ghost of Tsushima. On that same hand, it's also pretty hard not to be cynical about a new game from Ubisoft, which is one of the most cynical game developers out there. But from everything I have seen, this new game does look like a genuine step up for the series. perhaps even a big one, but whether it's big enough.
I don't see how you can say that after watching the combat in the game. I don't. I've looked at the combat in the game, and as somebody who spends a lot of time evaluating that, and that is my prime focus of gameplay, I don't agree with that conclusion. The combat before was worse. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's a whataboutism, but I mean, I guess they have done some research and they've looked into the combat, and that's what they've concluded. We'll see when we get there.
Like, what matters is like what it's competing against in the contemporary market.
Is yet to be seen. A lot of what they've shown.
Oh, I don't think what matters is what it's competing against. I think what matters is it actually just if it wasn't doing something that any other game was doing, but it was really fun, or it was, if you went back to the combat in fucking Black Flag or 3, I think some people like Asmongold wouldn't like that because it's not hard at all, like it's not complex combat, and some people want like Souls-likes or you know, like more interactive combat, but I just, for what Assassin's Creed has always been, you're meant to be this kind of one-man killing machine that comes in and can sneak and kill an entire encampment, and when shit goes down you can also counter and just fuck up a bunch of people because you've got crazy good fighting skills. But yeah, I don't know how that would work with like Souls-like combat, and I'm just assuming, you know, I don't know what they would think is good because they haven't really elaborated. They've just said competing in the marketplace, which I think the more focus should be on just realizing your, I guess, your vision or your intention for what you want the game to be. You want it to play like this, you play it like this. Don't even worry about what's fucking going on out there, I guess, in the meta. Just try to deliver what you think will be a fun and a good experience. And that's kind of, I'm tired of the live updating or live changing your story or your game based on tweets and shit. I hate that shit.
Far is pretty exciting. Almost all the changes to stealth sound like huge improvements. Finally being able to hide in darkness, noise being a concern with things like creaky floors, and being able to crawl and go prone.
Yeah, all of those are cool.
I will admit, though, that is clean. Like, that's really good.
It's all very intriguing, and these are long requested changes. You can put out lights, like in Splinter Cell, or even just stuff that existed on PlayStation and Nintendo 64. I don't know why, for whatever reason, you can't put lights out. I don't understand that. I like that you're going to be able to do it here, though. There's servant NPCs. They'll run and call guards if they see you. It all sounds a lot more complex. And even, like I kind of mentioned, old school. Like, there's stuff here that reminds me of, like, PlayStation 1 and 64 to PlayStation 2 and GameCube era stuff. I like that. Combat looks more intense here, too. They're clearly taking inspiration from, and I mentioned this already, the more fast and brutal fights of Ghost of Tsushima.
I just, like, can we go back and watch that again?
PlayStation 1 and 64 to PlayStation 2 and GameCube era stuff. I like that.
We have to keep in mind this is like, you know, a game developer or a reviewer kind of, so we don't know what level of like skill, or maybe they're just trying to show off certain stuff. So maybe they're not actually like hard going in.
Combat looks more intense here.
I've seen Unreal 5 tech demos that are more responsive and better than this.
What do you mean?
Looks more intense to PlayStation 2 and GameCube.
How does it not look responsive?
I like that. Combat looks more intense here.
I've seen Unreal 5 tech demos that are more responsive and better than this. This is a joke.
Maybe
Any single gacha game is better than this.
I just don't understand this point. You're not saying anything. You're not. You've called it unresponsive, but I don't understand how. Maybe your camera is blocking some part of the screen. You know what? This is actually worth. I'm gonna go find this part.
Of
Upgrade to Dove Mint.
Because this is going to be important to understanding the context. Because if I go here and he's not covering up anything on his screen, fucking ads, man. Okay. So it was covering up this bar, but let's just see. So it looks like it consumes one of these bars, and it looks like that might be a special move. So that might not actually be an attack. What that might be is like an actual specific, like in God of War, you have these like runic enchantments where you get to like use them like a spell almost. If I had to guess, that's what they've just done. Because if you see, they have consumed some kind of resource here. And look, you even see R2 up. Okay, yeah. So this is literally a special move you can use by consuming one of your resources. And the funny thing is, his chat, like, so if you're just watching this as a video, his chat covers up this prompt, and he covers up the resource management. So you might not tell that. You might think this is just an attack. Like you're just light attacking.
They're clearly taking inspiration from, and I mentioned this already, the more fast and brutal fights of Ghost of Tsushima. I do kind of think they realized they were out Assassin's Creeded by that game. But they aren't just trying to, you know, copy that. They're also giving us a much wider array of weapons to play with, which potentially I think makes that fast and brutal combat a lot cooler sounding. The thing a lot of people still aren't entirely sold on are the split protagonists. There's Naoe, the shinobi, and Yasuke, the samurai. Naoe basically plays like your old school AC protagonist, where you're sneaking around rooftops, sneakily stabbing people. Well, Yasuke is a big bruiser who sucks at stealth, but excels at combat. It's an
yeah, I mean, I've seen some hate on this formula, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I mean, I'm gonna play way more of Naoe, or whatever her name is, because like that sounds just way more fun to me. But you know, there are gonna be people that just want to play the fucking big burly assassin or a big burly guy, and you know what? The more this is done, the more you have split paths and split options for gameplay, and certain people can experience the game one way while you can experience the game a different way. I think it could be better, just in the fact of like, AC is not going to abandon the skill trees and the leveling up system. It just seems like that's something that's going to stay. So getting it split to where you have one character where you get to play OG Assassin's Creed, and one character where you get to play like kind of the new mechanic, the new combats, that seems fine. Whatever. I'll take, as long as it's not being, as long as it's not the latter being forced onto me instead of, and having no option for the former. And maybe that's just me, my abused Assassin's Creed fan talking.
interesting concept, and from all the previews, I actually respect they're trying to make each character actually play differently rather than just be reskins.
That's smart. Yeah, true.
You will have to spin it first.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna try to spin this in a bad way, but that looked great. Now let's replay, because we're not using any fucking wonky abilities or like any runic spells or something that's also been labeled as game in progress. So let's see this.
Stealth, but excels at combat. It's an
We
interesting
counter,
concept.
hit,
From all the
counter.
previews, I actually respect they're trying to make each character actually play
Okay.
differently rather than just be reskins.
That's smart. Yeah, true.
So he doesn't respond to that. We back up and we miss. We hit that move. Slice. Broke his posture.
But also,
That's like Sekiro right there.
Yasuke, the sort of big bruiser style, it makes
Nothing to say there, huh?
interesting mechanically. I don't know that that's the truth, of course, but Naoe gets access to all the cool ninja tools, like a grappling hook. She can run on walls, hide in tight spaces, all these interesting tricks.
Oh, that's sick. That's fucking cool. That goes crazy hard.
Allegedly, can just kill stuff better. He's the melee.
Yeah, that's what I want to play.
So yeah, then why do you even give a fuck about Assassin's Creed? Who cares, bro? If you just want to play the guy that melee hits things better, then like, did you ever care about Assassin's Creed? Like, your input is kind of not valuable at that point. if you're just wanting Sekiro, then go play fucking Sekiro. This is Assassin's Creed.
Yep. That's right. I don't give a fuck about how many flips she can do. If I want to see that, I go watch the Olympics.
They got.
If I wanted to play a big melee bruiser guy, I'd go play Dark Souls or Sekiro. The fuck are you talking about? You're telling me in Assassin's Creed we can't have an assassin shinobi do crazy flips and parkour movements? Where the fuck can... Oh, I guess only the Olympics. What the fuck?
It's like Ubisoft is
Nope.
afraid to make a game where you just play as a ninja in Assassin's Creed. They have to have a warrior in there somewhere for people who want to run around killing everything without having.
So this guy actually brings up a really great point, and I think that this point of view is something that Ubisoft needs to take consideration into, especially for the fact that...
If you fucking say that that was a good point after you just said what you're gonna do is run around and kill people as Yasuke, like, it's baffling because you're going to disagree with what you just said. If Ubisoft should take this lesson and should just make it an Assassin's game, then you wouldn't fucking play it.
Like, Assassin's Creed, I don't like stealth games. Straight up,
Cool. Okay.
I don't find
Sure.
it fun. So, in a way, Assassin's Creed as a game, if it appeals to me, it's losing its grasp on its original identity.
Well, shit. Yeah, I mean, I'll just get obliterated. Then fucking checkmate, Asmon. Yeah, well played. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. Yeah, if it's appealing to you, that was my point. That's crazy. Damn. Fuck, I just lost to a video. Damn.
Does that make sense? Because, like, by appealing to a person that is not interested in these kinds of games, then it would be obvious that, you know, like, they're trying to, like, I think they did this with Valhalla, right? And I noticed this a lot. Because, like, I watched Shroud play it, and Shroud wasn't sneaking around that much, right? He was just killing people. And I was like, well, this isn't really... Is this really Assassin's Creed? Like, what is this? And so now they've created an audience of people that want to play... Because, like, Valhalla was the last big one, right?
Well, this is the thing. It's turned from Assassin's Creed and this story, this overarching story that we're telling with the Assassins versus Templars and the Pieces of Eden, the Isu artifacts, and this whole... They've completely gone away with that, and now we're doing location, time period, tourism, baby. Look, this might as well be a Doctor Who game, except we're not in a TARDIS hopping around. We're just in an Animus hopping around. We are going from time and place to time and place, doing cool shit. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. We're no longer playing Assassin's Creed. We're just doing time tourism.
And so they want to capitalize off of that audience that they've brought in, but I think also at the same time, it's going to be hard for them to reconcile their original audience and make it basically also an Assassin's Creed game with assassinations. You see kind of what my point is, right? Where you're trying to have your cake and eat it too with, like, both different audiences. You want the traditional action combat audience, but you also want the audience of people that like the more assassin gameplay.
God damn these fucking ads, bro. We gotta get ad blocker.
And so I think that as a long-term fan of Assassin's Creed, I could feel very frustrated about this if I was one. I'm not.
Yeah. No. That's actually completely fair. As a longtime fan of Assassin's Creed, it is unbelievably frustrating that we basically happened on a winning formula in 2013, and then Ubisoft's like, "Wow, what the fuck do we do?" And say, "Yeah, you could just keep making Black Flag and Unity, and keep doing like the modern story, but just if you keep all those, you basically had the game perfected. All you had to do was add more movement or add more cool tools. It's it." And you hire some writers that do something with the really cool universe you've already made. I think that's what's the most frustrating for Assassin's Creed fans, because, and this isn't to sound like egotistical, I think the average Assassin's Creed fan that has been playing since AC1 to now probably knows more about the Assassin's Creed universe than the current writer of the most recent Assassin's Creed game. Like, I think if you found the writer of the most recent Assassin's Creed game and you asked them and you asked them, like, "Hey, so like you'd have to hit him with something like so you really like Altair and AC2, right? And I feel like with 90% like confidence they would just be like, oh yeah, I love Altair in that game. Oh, he's so good. Because and this is kind of one of the things I was wanting to get at. I think if you're writing any modern game or like any sequel to anything, it needs to be a requirement. And it doesn't have to mean you're barred from being hired, but when you're hired, if you haven't seen it already, you need to do it on stream. Like I imagine how like popular that would be. Like you get hired to write the new Assassin's Creed game, and so on stream, in front of everyone, you're gonna play every Assassin's Creed game, and the whole time it's gonna be an AMA where you're reacting to the story for the first time really as them. Like you've heard kind of the notes and you've done your research, but now you're experiencing it. You're experiencing what is fun and what isn't fun as a player. I think that's gonna. I mean, we're not gonna watch the whole thing. We've been already going for like an hour and we haven't done any gaming. Let's play some. Let's play some Black Flag. It's gonna do this a couple times. Come on. Might have to launch it through Ubisoft. It does this. It's very annoying. Gosh, dude. Oh, I got a little scared. I'm always scared of fucking. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Get me out. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. It's like a defibrillator. We just gotta shock it a bunch of times, and eventually it'll work. Ah, see? Told you. Alright. Let's go back to Adewale. Alright. I mean, this just looks straight up just like the Jackdaw. I mean, let's be real. Alright. I mean, it probably saved them money to reuse the assets, but yeah, I mean, this just looks nothing but the
the Jackdaw to me, especially those sides and like. I will say the it's not boarded up on the glass back there. Let me see where this thing is. Aha. Oh, if we fast travel over here, actually. Oh, did I mess up? Hold on. Oh. Ah.
Captain Strick. Get the mainsails into the wind. Fire! Fire!
Okay.
Loose up! These are sticks! Take her, Jack. Loose mainsails! Fire! That's a good shot! Ready to fire! There, got fire! Get out of the way! Fire! Fire! Be careful! Fire!
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm hopeful. I mean, seeing some of the changes, at least to Naoi or whatever, seeing how they're approaching this stealth combat, but and look, if this is how they're gonna do the new mechanics, it's just like, hey, please look at our mechanics through one of our characters, and fine. Like if Yasuke is the historical figure, but Nao is like the actual assassin, I can fuck with that, I guess. Thinking about that.
They're reloading! Fire! Take off! Fire from right! Fire! Fire! Take the shot! Fire! Fire!
Gotcha. So we just tried to board the slave ship first, but you got to kill the escorts before you can kill, or before you can board the slave ship.
Reefing all tops! All aboard but men! Heave! Bring the fight to them, sailor!
Okay. Got him. That's nice. Holy shit, we just got a bunch.
We've looted enough to improve the ship.
Well, let's improve the ship real quick then, gang. Alright, I kind of want to... See, I don't know. There's something about the vibe. Like, having a badass machete makes me want to be a fucking badass. So, let's sell our cargo for... Nope. No, we'll just upgrade the ship. Once we liberate the next set of slaves, we'll, we should be good for now. Oh, I kind of like that. That goes really fucking hard. Broken links. Oh. Ah, well, that just goes sick, dude. We got the sails with a broken chain and a lion biting on its own broken chain. That goes so hard, dude. Man, just the idea of being an assassin, having a big ass fucking machete and a blunderbuss. It's almost like a psychological tactic.
Captain's at the helm.
Alright, we gotta find another slave ship, boyos. Oh, that might work, huh? Oh, right here, actually.
Give me some.
Holy shit. That one hurt. Holy Christ. That was close. But we can beat Man of Wars. Come on. Get me up. Move me up. There we go. Up we go. Nice. Ooh.
Ready to fire, Captain! Cruise down! Catch some wind! Fire!
The fuck? What do you have? Nah, we better not. Let's just liberate the slaves, actually. We probably should have just boarded that hunter ship to repair. Whoops.
Reef the topsails and gunnels! Every last scrap of duck on the wind! Hold them in! Get off the wind!
Okay. Get blunderbussed, nerd. Okay.
Come on!
There are guards still blocking our path. Stay put and I will deal with them. Stay here. There are a few guards to take care of.
All right.
Be careful out there. Danger is not over yet.
Nice. Nice. I want to do that shit first. Aha. I want to get the nice shiny machete. I want to go collect it. And it's actually one of 300 instead of 104, instead of 1 out of 465, so I guess it's not that bad. Oh, what is that? Oh. Okay. Okay.
Ready, Captain! Fire! 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 Fire!
Ugh. No, it sunk. Fuck.
Fire!
They got me. Ah, fuck. Oh, okay. Okay. We can still do this. First thing, alright, so first thing we need to do. Also, we might be full healed too. Yeah, okay, we can do it. So the first thing we need to do is take down those gunships first. They're small and they're really easy to kill, but any damage from them is still damage. Can I not get there faster in any way? No, not really. Okay, we should start seeing them soon. Okay.
Awaiting orders! Fire! Ready to bomb, Captain! Fire! Fire! Cover us that time! Fire! Fire! There! Fire! Fire! Right there! Fire!
Alright.
Get the man free! To sail! Put that on! Ease off the wind! Gun seals in! Blew up gallows!
Come on. Give me a shot. Gotcha. No. Oh, god dang it. Got him.
One step closer, Ade.
It's over now. You can go.
Loose it. Fire! Damn these eyes! Ready, get fire! Fire! Take the shot! Waiting order! Fire! Fire! Keep clear! Here, Rama! Ready to march, Captain!
All right. All right.
I could use some good men.
Unfortunately, I want to repair, but we're at a really high wanted level. I don't want to deal with hunters. Okay.
We've taken materials a deal for upgrades. Let them!
Oh, it was muted. I think that was supposed to be an explosion sound.
To left, that shorten sail! Get off the squall! Captain Thorn in the drink.
Can we reload? Holy shit. Okay. I'm just gonna let them kill me. Okay. Okay. That's kind of crazy. They just start murdering them. Holy shit. Come on.
Halte, j'ai hâte de parler. On peut laisser quelqu'un les libérer.
You're not safe out here. Go, find shelter.
Okay, let's get this ship. See if we can upgrade the ship any. Alright. Alright, let's get this last slave ship. Come on.
Douse the run!
Alright. So let's get this last one, and then we'll go back to main missions. And I guarantee you that the next couple of missions that would be locked to like liberate a certain amount of slaves will have already unlocked. Because I kind of just wanted to get some of the upgrades. I felt like doing it. 3 escorts. Okay. One of the escorts is a man of war. Wow, that was kind of insane.
Ready to fire! Fire!
Man, our mortars go fucking hard.
up! Ease the sticks!
Got it.
You were brave to get this far.
Alright. Let's get our upgrades.
I have a few new things today. Would you like to take a look?
Oh, we really should be upgrading the armor.
I have something new for you if you like.
We're kind of just like a glass cannon. Can we upgrade the blunderbuss at all? Oh, we only need 30 more slaves to get that. Let's get that. Let's go here.
Loose it!
I hitting some kind of wall?
Keep ahead! Hole in the stunsails!
Alright.
Drop anchor!
Okay, we've hit some kind of invisible wall here. We'll say the waves, I don't know how to describe it, the waves seem more powerful in this game. Like the waves seem to actually be dictating our movement a decent amount.
Understood.
All right, go. One by one.
Okay. Okay.
All yours. Don't thank me until the sun goes down.
Now we only need 100 more for this special reward. I kind of want to get the special reward while I'm at it. Oh, hold on.
Something new for you to look at.
I have a few new things that may interest you.
There we go. Well, it's only one slave ship, right? Alright, we'll do it.
Captain as the helm. Fire! Men's out! Let's go! Ready! Loose tops and royals!
Yeah. Jesus. This machete goes hard.
Will you sign on, brothers?
This is a pretty simple way to get me to do the side content. It's just like by making me stronger. Like, yeah, the cosmetics are nice. And it doesn't feel like, I think most importantly, it doesn't feel necessarily like a grind. Like, if you really think about it, I'm nearly, oh, I mean, it is a DLC pace. It is, oh, shit. It is paced for a DLC. That's something we have to remember. But, I mean, this is the main thing. Without Kenway's fleet, trying to get your ship max is so much more of a chore. They really didn't. They didn't take into account what it would take to grind your ship without using Kenway's fleet. Because they're like, well, why would you ever do that? Because it's just like an easy way to access it. It's like, well, you took it down. Now we can't use that, which actually does substantially make. I think Black Flag a little bit worse. Yeah, that core mechanic making me having to grind for that now makes it much more of a chore and makes me not want to do it. Whereas before, I would already have my ship maxed just because of Kenway's fleet. And then I'd be capable of doing the legendary ships. And then I'd run out of naval stuff. I mean, I guess I remember playing this as a kid, having Kenway's fleet. I didn't even have an internet connection. That's why I'm like baffled why that got taken down. Because I know you could use it without internet. I didn't, or maybe I did have internet at the time. Can't remember. I might have. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay. I don't want to engage all of them, but they. Alright. Dude, that little cinematic shot killed me. That's actually really annoying. And I know that might not seem like it matters, but if I'm able to get off those 2 shots before they get that last volley off, I live. I live barely, but I live. So that cinematic shot is just wasting my time. And it ports me all the way back here. Alright, let's see what the special reward is. Did I not discover anything that I can fast travel to now? Oh, it's really far away. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it gave me a cinematic shot before it would be. Like, if it was lethal, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, did we just kill him? If I didn't freak out at first. New objective. What is that? Man, these storms sure sudden. This would just be terrifying, man. You're in the middle of a fucking ocean. The only way you get around is by the wind, and storms are just going crazy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. What, did I hit some? Oh my god, I'm fucked. Well, that's really bad. Jesus Christ. Die, 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 die. No. They're not dead yet. Okay. Oh.
Douse all the men! Douse the men, Senna! Let up!
Oh. That was really close, but we did it.
Looks like footy!
Come on. Killed. Alright, well he's like taking evasive actions on purpose. Okay. There we go.
You don't need to worry anymore.
Taking fierce damage, Adewale. Need to patch the ship. And quickly. Loose men!
Well, let's go board that. Seems like someone else sunk that. Am I still in time to board it? It looks like it.
Look under the ship, Adewale.
Okay. Oh, come on. Move up. Gosh damn it. These angles really suck, bro. Alright. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Oh, fuck. Did it. Should get this hunter ship off of us now.
Us or die.
The big hug. Okay. And we should be close to this. Okay. Let's get pointed in the right direction and let's go see our ship upgrades because we should have some. Cannons. Okay.
I have a couple of things today. Would you like to take a look?
Captain,
Close down!
All right. Once we save this plantation, we should have enough for the special reward.
Reefing all tops! Clue up! Clue up!
Nice.
You're not safe out here. Go, find shelter.
Nice. From one of the maroon stores or the harbor master. Oh, that's a multiplayer reward. So I see. Well, that's less cool knowing that the multiplayer has been discontinued. It's a bit awkward. Well, alright, let's go do main quest. We got a lot of rewards off that, I guess. Pretty diabolical to give to label it special reward, and it's like a multiplayer currency that I can't get anymore. That's wild. How far am I? Okay, I'm pretty close. No shanties? Where's my shanties? What? I turn it off or something weird? There's no shanties. No, this can't be. Alright.
Allez, aidez-moi.
You deserve to have a choice.
Alright, that was pretty slick.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Monsieur Adwele, the Mayon cause has made an ally of you. Augustin speaks highly of your help.
I do not know how much longer I'll be able to continue, but the Maroons are outstanding warriors. Augustin has provided me with everything I might need to get by until I return to my brothers.
I believe you owe me a parcel then.
Let me hold it a while longer, for safekeeping.
You are not a man of your word.
My word was perhaps. It stands.
How little you must think of me.
On the contrary, you have maintained your freedom among the French by the deft handling of your indispensable business. I respect you highly, but would be a fool to trust anyone so clever so soon.
What a keen eye and sweet tongue you have. Since you cannot provide me with the one thing I truly desire, I hope to compel you to demonstrate some respect by some other means.
I would consider it.
I need a careful and observant man to investigate the Gouverneur. I must know what distracts him, and why he enforces the Code Noir ever more strictly. The lives of the slaves depend on it.
I share your curiosity. I'll pay you this favor for the slaves.
Perhaps there is some honor in you yet. You will need a disguise. Please, change into these.
Slaves' rags. What do you mean by this indignity? Do you mean to see me recaptured?
Indignity? Do you hold your enslaved brothers in such low esteem?
Do you hold any man in high esteem? Or are we all pawns to you?
You should be so lucky. There is no trick. It is only that, well, the Gouverneur de Fayette will host a soirée soon. And imagine, I am not invited. The excess of the occasion calls for an abundance of supplies to be delivered to his mansion. That's where you come in. With your crate, you will blend in with the men delivering the goods. Once on the grounds, you can spy on the good Gouverneur.
Will the overseers not notice one man extra? Or are you simply unconcerned for my well-being?
I've never met an overseer who could tell two slaves apart. Nevertheless, be careful. I sense you are as bright as you are strong. You will figure it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Here they come. Join the line. Be careful.
What's going on back there? Fall in line!
Who are you? A friend. This is a joke to you. No. You will get us all killed. Another fit for the baby. You are too complacent.
All right. I'm surprised that Wale went along with this. I'm gonna be real.
Excellent. Put the crates down there, cher messieurs. All right. Enough socializing. Back to work. Grounds must be fit for a king when my guests arrive. Lazy bastards. Not an option be whipped. I'm a prince, you realize? I'm a prince for putting up.
Oh, my feet hurt.
What good is complaining?
I will remember you said that.
Quiet now.
Friend, does the guard change often?
As often as night moves today.
Thank you.
If you are a friend, prove it, blood. Plus un geste. Arrête-toi! Arrête-toi! T'arracher le doigt!
Jesus. Okay, so I don't think combat is the approach. Uh, hmm.
Hate the night shift. I've been assigned to it 3 times. Pray that doesn't happen to me. At that rate, you will be stuck here forever. I used to think the governor's mansion would be interesting at least. I never overhear anything good.
Okay.
Reviens ici, toi! Non, non. Mieux vaut rentrer.
exciting.
You are right. It has been too long since action came our way.
Okay. Is there a window or something I need to go in?
The expedition will cost more than our initial calculations suggested.
I heard you gave Bastian's girl a jewel worth more than half the fleet. Does this account for the missing funds?
What I do with my part is my own business.
What happened to the funds I released last month?
Science of navigation is expensive.
I dare say it is. If you measure every fathom in perfume and silk.
If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your reign will go down in history with mine if you supply the funds and the ship.
Thank you for the offer, but I have an expensive colony to govern.
With the volume of slaves you import, I'd have thought you'd have gold to spare.
Even free labor is not free, my friend. Slaves are expensive to replace. The poor beasts expire before they can reproduce.
Even your slave ships would benefit from improved navigation. More accidents.
Now that is interesting.
Alright, glad to see we're back in our gear.
Alors, what have you done?
The governor's overconfident. Despite his guard, I could have ended him with my bare hands. He would have deserved it. What makes you believe you need him?
I keep my friends close, and my enemies closer. Which camp are you in? Will you tell me what you have learned? Who distracts him?
A bold-faced scientist, Godin, hounds the governor for funds. Something about an expedition, navigational secrets.
Why is this the first time I hear of him? Is my whole network turned against me? Does the harbor master think I give him my best girls out of kindness?
Do you wish me to investigate further? I admit, as a man of the sea, the science of navigation intrigues me.
No. Yes. I don't know. As you wish. Leave me, I must think.
I guess I was like locked behind free slaves, but I already did it. I knew that would happen.
Bastien, I fear we lost you to the bitterness of depression.
Never. Those arrogant men cannot cut me out of my own network. The cost is too great for the slaves.
And for your pride.
What does it matter? So long as I work for their freedom.
Whatever has inspired it, I'm glad to hear the fight back in your voice. How can I help?
The scientist, Godin. What is his full purpose here? Can you find that out?
Whatever secrets he carries, I will uncover.
Start with the harbor master. He sees everyone who comes and goes. He should have kept me informed.
She almost said that in a regretful tone, like she just ordered his execution, but she didn't tell us to kill him. We're just gonna eavesdrop on him, apparently.
Monsieur Godin's geodesic expedition.
Ah, shit.
Monsieur Godin's geodesic expedition equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Godin requires, for reasons of scientific record, Monsieur Godin requires, for reasons of scientific record keeping, 3 literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits.
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists. You may communicate it privately.
Well. Oh, shit.
Such a worker exists. You may communicate it.
Ah, shit. Okay. This is a tough one.
Arrête-toi. Lâchez pas. Là, sur lui. Montrez-toi.
Okay, this was a terrible idea. Ugh. Shit. Okay, that is alright. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to firecracker. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so just throwing those. Alright, so you have to throw them from a hiding spot. I didn't know just throwing those immediately aggroes you, but I guess so.
C'était quoi ça? C'était quoi? Hein? Montrez-toi.
The gouverneur de Fayette requests that Monsieur Gaudin's geodesic expedition equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is...
Il a entendu.
On a perdu ce vautour. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Gaudin requires, for reasons of scientific record keeping, 3 literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits.
Perhaps among...
Oh, fuck me, bro. How the fuck did he see me?
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate it privately. There is a reward.
But what will they do?
Take notes, I suppose?
Did none of the French scientists take notes?
Well, we did it, I think. Okay. Alright, complete all 5 investigations.
That pouch must be important. Spain continues to insist the expedition.
Okay, so I can't kill him. Oh, so I just can't do it. Oh. Well, that seems like cheese. Remember in Revelations when we tried to do that and they specifically prevented you from doing that?
I know you. You're the one with the ghost ship? I have a job for you. I sense you're looking for information. Meanwhile, I have information.
And I'm sure you have some condition for doing it.
Yeah. My rival uses slaves to put street on my home. If they were freed, the slave that is, I would be so relieved. For the hells, of course.
Of course. Consider it done.
Un esclave s'est échappé. Qui a laissé faire ça?
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will fail.
Ugh. Why did they aggro me exactly?
You're the one with the ghost ship?
Hey, mon ami.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the earth.
Egg, oval, or globe?
That is the question. With this knowledge, France and Spain will have the privilege of navigational precision.
Won't the Spanish then have too great an advantage at war?
It was the only way to gain access to Quito.
They're always one step ahead.
Now that we are allies, perhaps we will walk together.
Still, I'm surprised they are allowing your expedition through. Are they not worried about smuggling?
Oh, probably, but for all their military might, they're not as strong as we are in the sciences.
God damn, bro.
And they are sending us a couple of chaperones. Have you met Antonio de Ulua yet? I hear he's quite the prodigy.
Not yet. I'm sure.
Dude, like... This one feels fucking impossible. Let's do this one first before we do anything. Let's do the eavesdrop one first, because this one feels insane, by the way.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the earth.
Egg, oval, or globe?
That is the question. With this knowledge, France and Spain will have
Yeah.
privilege of navigational precision.
Definitely supposed to go rooftop.
Won't the Spanish then have too great an advantage at war?
It was the only way to gain access to Quito.
They're always one step ahead.
Now
surprised they are allowing your expedition through. Are they not worried about smuggling?
Oh, probably, but for all their military might, they're not as strong as we are in the sciences. And they are sending us a couple of chaperones. Have you met Antonio de Oloa yet? I hear he's quite the prodigy.
Not yet. I'm sure.
This one is tough for sure.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. In the territory of Quito, the
Oh my
mountains
God.
and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the Earth.
Egg, oval, or globe?
Alright, they apparently saw me up there. Okay, we just gotta take it slower. We're trying to rush because Ike.
The next slave ship is expected to dock in our city next.
Okay. I'm just gonna take it slow. It's really easy except for that last part where they walk into like an open area.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the Earth.
Egg, oval, or globe?
That is the question. With this knowledge, France and Spain will have the privilege of navigational precision.
Won't the Spanish then have too great an advantage at war?
It was the only way to gain access to Quito.
They're always one step ahead.
Now that we are allies, perhaps we will walk together.
Perhaps. Still, I'm surprised they are allowing your expedition through. Are they not worried about smuggling?
Oh, probably, but for all their military might, they're not as strong as we are in the sciences.
They need you then.
And they are sending us a couple of chaperones. Have you met Antonio de Oloa yet? I hear he's quite the prodigy.
Not yet. I'm sure it will be a great pleasure.
Okay. We did it.
This of top quality, gentlemen.
Okay.
These animals are in good physical condition. Personne ne passe. Good to hear. These beasts are in perfect physical condition. Dernier avertissement, tu entends?
Fuck. Because I can't kill anyone. Oh, really? Well, that's just annoying. Okay, well, I'm no longer trying to do all 5. Just because of that. Fuck it, I don't care. That immediately eroded all goodwill. I should be able to finish one of these and it be a checkpoint, but for some reason it didn't save. That's eroded enormous trust in me, because now I'm like, why would I even try to go for it when I try to reload to the last? Why would the last checkpoint be I do one of them and not I do 2 of them? Nah. Fuck it, I don't care.
Thank you kindly. I did not do it for kindness. The information now. Out with it.
Ah. Yes. The Harbor Master is stockpiling too much cargo for simple information.
In the territory of Quito, the mountains and plains will favorize our triangulations. Our measurements will allow us to know the exact shape of the Earth.
Egg, oval, or globe?
That is the question. With this knowledge, France and Spain will have the privilege of navigation.
Won't the Spanish then have to great an advantage in the war?
It was the only way to gain access to Quito.
They're always one step ahead.
Now that we are allies, perhaps we will walk.
I don't know why he jumped down there.
Now that we are allies, perhaps we will walk together.
Why is that guy there?
Are they not worried about smuggling?
Oh, probably, but for all their military might, they're not as strong as we are in the science. And they are sending us a couple of chaperones. Have you met Antonio de Ulloa yet? I hear he's quite the prodigy.
Not yet. I'm sure it will be a great pleasure.
Alright. I end the mission. Fuck you.
Alors, what did you find?
An opportunity beyond imagination. These scientists aim to record navigational secrets for our beloved kings to use at war. And we can seize them to extraordinary advantage for my brotherhood and the Maroon. We need only supply literate recruits, and the rest will take care of itself.
That is all. Nothing more on the governor.
That is all? That is everything! How many more could be freed with this knowledge in our hands?
All things require balance, Adewale. To achieve independence, the Mayans require stability, anonymity, and information. That has always been my role. What now? That is what I thought. The storm brought you in, and you will leave on the tempest of opportunity and imagination. And I will be left here to do what I can. Powerless.
No, any day now the Maroons will rise up. Then I will leave, not before. I've decided.
You are as arrogant as the French. Blanc. All of you. That is all you are.
Bastien?
No. Go now.
I think this was another instance of I'm supposed to free more slaves, but I already did.
Adewale, your ambition still gives me pause. But I promised Auguste my help.
What's this?
Forged manifest. Or so I am told. One of your famous recruits wrote it.
Joachim Francois, Henry Marchand, Fortuné Jean. Good. I'm sure you will serve the expedition well.
Louis Gaudin will meet with the harbor master to arrange the affairs of your expeditionary voyage. You may take the opportunity to switch the manifest. At your signal, we will be ready to board.
Thank you. And thank you, Bastien.
Anything for the Marron of Saint-Domingue.
Alright.
So much for sharing your fascinating research.
The thanks is all mine. And now I must away for a meeting with the harbor master. All in the name of science, of course.
Of course.
Come on. Just trying to keep them from moving as much as I can. Okay. We were kind of like super cheesing as far as we can. I wonder if it'll restart the whole thing. Probably. Ah! No. Wow. That's kind of funny. Later. Easy. Alright.
The Black Flag. They'll be picked to the bone.
Oh, we gotta stop them. We gotta stop pirates. The Black Flag.
We must defend that ship. French or not, these scientists must reach their destination. Our people must capture their secrets. Knowledge is more important than gun.
Aye, Captain. Loaded! Fire! Fire! Damn! Aye! Fire! Fire! That's their weak spot. Take the shot! Fire! No! Fire! Please! Ready to fire! Fire! Fire!
What you doing, big cat? Trying to get away from them babies? My orange cat, who's been like nursing them for a couple days, has like basically retreated to the tallest spot in the room. They can't even leave the little like nest yet, dude. You gotta hide. Dude, this is so slow. can't fucking catch him. Oh, I just fucking nuked them. Whoops.
We are ready!
We did it.
Can you picture it, Auguste? Once you are trained and our recruits return with these navigational secrets, you will be able to go explore and recruit from any land.
It will be a great temptation. My fight is in Port-au-Prince, Adiwan. I must stay focused.
Build a Maroon Navy then.
Do not mistake my gratitude, Adewale. This ship is a grand blessing. An advanced knowledge of the sea. A boon to our cause. The Maroon do not crave an empire. Only independence over our own territory.
Very well, Auguste. But mark my words. You will be fit to command a navy. Of one ship or many, when our work here is done.
All right. Come here, Martin. Come here. Yeah, we're just running around a whole lot right now.
Ade, Augustin has learned of another slave ship to intercept. I beg you to reconsider.
Special orders from the sometimes